I never dreamt of being a dancer. It's not a career that you're supposed to think of. Generally, people think that the women who dance only do so because they have no other options in life. And I think it's sad because we have such a long history and we have such a rich heritage going all the way back to 5,000 years BC and to the figure of the dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro. But we don't seem to remember that anymore. Our present is very different. My father was in the Pakistan Army and would sometimes be posted to small towns even. Of course, us three sisters and our mother went with him. My mother had always had an interest in dance and had actually had professional training in it. And when she would go to even a small cantonment, people would hear that she danced and would flock to her and would come and ask her to teach them. And she was always willing to do that. There wasn't a lot happening around us culturally, but we never felt it because there was so much excitement in the home. Dance dramas would take place and folk dances would be taught in the garden. I remember being really small, perhaps around 3 years old, and looking in from a window and mimicking things that she was teaching other students. Well, soon I was part of class too. All three of us sisters learned.
When I first met Indu, as far as I was concerned, she was the most beautiful woman I'd met, and that she danced, as far as I was concerned, ballroom. She was the only woman now I could dance with in ballroom dancing. And I knew that she was very interested in classical dancing. But whether she could do it or not, I didn't know because I had no chance to see her. Because I had met her only, about 6 or 7 months before I had to leave India to come to Pakistan after partition.
मैं जानती थी कि पाकिस्तान आके और एक फ़ौजी अफसर से शादी करके मुझे रक़्स करने के लिए, डांस सीखने के लिए वो आज़ादी नहीं होगी जो शायद मुझे इंडिया में मिल जाती. लेकिन मेरा मन बन चुका था और मैंने सोचा कि जैसे भी हो मैं यहीं आऊँगी और यही शादी करके खुश रहूँगी.
My father was very supportive through all this. He appreciated my mother's talents and he felt that she should do what she enjoyed doing. I don't remember any arguments about dance or any disagreements between them. My mother had learned Bharatanatyam from Delhi and Madras, and that is what she taught me. I started from a very young age learning that style, but later on as I grew older, I was exposed to other styles of subcontinental dance like Kathak and Odissi. Yet I chose Bharatanatyam still, because I find its movements more beautiful, its energy, its use of space, and its angular terms much more interesting than anything else I had seen. Bharatanatyam has retained a lot of its spiritual aspect, despite the fact that all the other forms of dance also emerged from the temples. Bharatanatyam was never really taken to the courts, where dances became subject to the whims of patrons and kings. And I feel that it corrupted the forms to a certain extent. I myself would feel very restricted using such a form.
मेरी बच्चियां तो कहती हैं कि जब भी अब्बा की ट्रांसफ़र होती थी और हम नए जगह पे जाते थे تو بچیاں امی کو کہتی تھیں آنٹی ہمیں سکھا دیں، اور امی پھر ABC سے کلاس شروع کر دیتی اور ہمیں پیچھے کھڑا ہونا پڑتا تھا. بلکہ تحریمہ تو کہتی ہے کہ ہماری تو بنیاد ڈانس میں اسی وجہ سے اچھی ہوئی. کبھی ہم نے یہ نہیں سوچا کہ آرٹس میں، خاص طور پہ فائن آرٹ یا پرفارمنگ آرٹ میں ایک کریئر بنایا جائے. یہ شوق ہو سکتا ہے لیکن ایک پروفیشن یا کریئر نہیں ہو سکتا. حالانکہ ہمارے گھر میں، اور نہ صرف ہمارے گھر میں، پر ہمارے نانا کے گھر سے یہ سمجھا جاتا تھا کہ عورتوں کو ضرور کوئی کریئر، کوئی پیشہ فالو کرنا چاہیے. ہمیشہ اس طرح سے محسوس ہوا کہ پیشہ جو ہے، کریئر جو ہے عورت کا، وہ کچھ خاص چیزوں سے منسلک ہے، وہ کچھ پڑھنے لکھنے سے ہی منسلک ہے.
At the National College of Arts, I was able to meet other artists who came from very varied backgrounds, who came with different experiences, were at different times of their lives. I think that adds a new dimension to your experiences. I also was very involved in my painting, in my work, but finally I think eventually that didn't really satisfy me. Now while I was studying at the college, I was also continuing to learn from my mother to do dance, and it was during the year that I did my thesis from the Fine Arts College that I also did my first solo performance in Lahore. The years that followed the completion of my master's degree from the National College of Arts were very maturing years. I realized that I had come to a turning point. I wasn't really willing to live the life of hypocrisy that was demanded by society here, in which I would have to stay away from dance and keep away from my real interests. I was getting more and more involved with my own dancing, despite the fact that we were just coming to the end of many years of suppression, which I had seen start when I was in the National College of Arts due to martial law.
یہ لوگ کہیں گے کہ میں کس زمانے کی بات کر رہی ہوں، مگر یہ سچ ہے کہ 1977 میں یہ آرڈر آیا کہ کسی اسکول میں، کسی کالج میں کوئی ثقافتی سرگرمی نہیں ہو سکتی، اور بچوں اور بچیوں کو صرف کتاب کے ان لفظوں کو پڑھنے کو دیا گیا جو کسی اور کے لکھے ہوتے تھے. ان کو اپنی عقل اور اپنی شعور اور اپنی مزاح اور اپنے فن کو استعمال کرنے سے بند کیا گیا.
جو ترقی کرتے ہوئے آج ابھی رقص نہ کرو، کیا یہ نہیں اچھی چیزیں نہیں ہیں؟ کیوں نہیں اچھی چیزیں؟ حرکت ہے، خوبصورت انداز میں حرکت ہو رہا ہے، خوبصورت انداز میں کچھ بیان کر رہا ہے، آپ کو ٹیچ کر رہا ہے، آپ کو بتا رہا ہے، آپ اسے غور کریں. اس میں کون سی چیز برائی نظر آ رہی ہے؟ برائی کا کون سی چیز نظر آ رہا؟ بے ہنگامے طریقے سے اگر کرتا ہے تو وہ تو غلط چیز ہے، مگر رقص تو غلط نہیں ہے. کرنے والا اگر اس کو غلط انداز میں کر رہا ہے تو وہ انسان غلط ہے، وہ کرنے والا غلط ہے، رقص غلط نہیں ہے. اس کو ہم نے نہیں سوچا، آنکھ بند کے کہتے کہ نہیں جی اچھی چیزیں نہیں ہیں، اچھی چیزیں نہیں.
Dance became very isolated at this period because we were not linked to any political movement. The few dancers in Pakistan were also isolated from each other. We were not allowed officially to dance. We were officially not allowed to exist because dance by women was banned. We were provided entertainment by the media in an extremely strict and codified and sober manner, in which we were told what we should think, how we should behave, what was proper for us. It had nothing to do with reality. It was counterproductive to growth, our growth as a people. In this dance, The Vigil, we pay tribute to all those artists who have kept their art glowing in the long and deep night of suppression. From each flame kept alive, 1,000 more lamps are lit. Dance is an all-encompassing art form. It absorbs the works of poets, musicians, and all other artists. We acknowledge this by dedicating this dance to them and hope that our society will learn to appreciate all our arts and heritage. It's my dream to be able to perform in historical monuments and out in the open in my country. But even the few dances that we did film outside, all of us worked in such tension and we had to work at such a fast pace because of the social constraints. I had to be shrouded from head to foot, wearing a shawl and a dressing gown, looking quite a sight. It's a life of fear. But you know, what can one expect when people don't really get to see pure dance and we don't get to perform it? What else can they think? I started experimenting in my own practice with new movements and worked on a new dance which I did not have the courage to perform because I felt it was very radical, that it was very different from the classical forms that people in the subcontinent are used to, and I wasn't sure that my audience was broad-minded enough. My first modern dance is not on a radical theme. It is a dance about a woman who is very grieved because of the death of her beloved, but the whole movement and the angle of it is completely different to classical movement, and I did not at that time have the courage to perform this publicly in front of this very conservative audience. 1990, the USIS sent me as one of 16 choreographers to the choreographers workshop in the American Dance Festival. It was a tremendous experience for me because I had been dancing in isolation, alone in one room with 4 walls, and sometimes my teacher there. And suddenly to be in a class with 35 other people, all of us doing the same thing, to have more than 300 people dashing across campus, just to get to dance classes together was a very thrilling experience. It came as a great surprise to me that Americans who I thought were extremely liberal, who were very daring, who were always willing to see and try new things, well, a lot of them are not. They're very conservative. And there were a lot of the audience which did come to see dance, even they were very conservative and were not really willing to take what was being shown to them. And I thought, well, if these dancers can do what they're doing, so can I. I can go back and do what I call my modern dance and see how my audience will react. I was aware that more than half a century ago, Uday Shankar had tried to establish a new form of dance in the subcontinent. But this modern style was never really absorbed into the dance culture. Surely, times had changed now.
उदय शंकर एक पायनियर हैं जिन्होंने क्लासिकल को मॉडर्न डांस के साथ मिलाया और सेमी क्लासिकल किस्म की डांसिंग करके ऑडियंस को उससे आगाह किया। क्लासिकल स्टाइल को लेके उसमें से हमने मॉडर्न डांसिंग डाली थी, बैले डाली थी, ताकि लोग उसको आसानी से समझ सकें। जब मेरी बहन जोरा सहगल जर्मनी से वापस आई 1936 में इंडिया आई तो उन्होंने उदय शंकर की शो देखी, उनको बहुत पसंद आई और उन्होंने मेरे वालिद से यानी अपने वालिद अब्बाजान से इजाज़त मांगी।
बल्कि मैं तो ये कहूँगी कि हम एक मुस्लिम फैमिली को बिलोंग करते थे और हमारे वालिद ने हमें हमारी बहन को इतनी आसानी से बगैर किसी हिचकिचाहट के उनको कहा जाने के लिए और उन्होंने जाकर उदय शंकर के साथ शिरकत कर ली।
और उन्होंने ये कहा कि देखो, जो भी चीज़ तुम करो, जो करियर करो, जो प्रोफेशन इख्तियार करो, उसको बहुत सीरियसली करना, खेल मत समझना।
I didn't do this dance to shock people or create a sensation, and I feel that audiences do respond to sincerity. Aata Hai Yaad, a dance about the environment, was actually my story. I took this story to my mother and said, this is a dance that should be done about a mother and a daughter like us. Why don't you come back to stage after 11 years of absence and perform again? I also wanted to really persuade her because expression is very, very important. As you grow older, although the rest of your body may give way, the maturity that comes out in the expressional attitudes are things that you can never have, and understanding that you can never have when you're younger and you have so much less experience. And it took quite a lot of persuading to get her to come back and do this. But I think she enjoyed it very much and she choreographed all her own section.
ये एक माँ की कहानी है जो अपने बच्चे को इतने प्यार से बड़ा कर रही है, उसकी परवरिश कर रही है, लेकिन कभी कभी उसको डांटना भी पड़ता है। अपने काम में भी उसको साथ ले जाती है, दरिया पर जब पानी भरने जाती है, वहाँ की मच्छी, चिड़िया सब कुछ दिखाती है और दर्जा बदर्जा उसको बड़ा होता देखती है। इस सब के साथ न सिर्फ माहौल से प्यार और अपने माहौल में खुश रहने की बात थी, लेकिन अपनी बच्ची को तरबियत देते हुए किस तरह से उसको बड़ा किया, किस प्यार से उसको कुछ किसी काम के लायक बनाया। बेटी जब जवान हो गई तो माँ के लिए एक साथी हो जाती है। ये नया रिश्ता हमने इकट्ठा तोड़ा करके दिखाने की कोशिश की है। सोच ये था कि ये कैसे होगा, तो मैंने उसे ऐसे, ये बिल्कुल जैसे आपस में बातचीत होती है, तो मैंने कहा बेटा देखो, मैं एक बोल को आहिस्तगी से करूँगी, मसलन तझम तझम, और तुम इसको तेजी से करो। उसने फट से कहा तझम तझम, और इसी तरह से ये बोल बनता गया और बढ़ता गया। अगर आप कोई तकनीकी होशियारी ना दिखाएं तो एक तो ऑडियंस समझती है कि आपको आता नहीं, और दूसरे ये कि उसमें एक किस्म का जज्बा है, खुशी पैदा होती है।
As children, when we traveled with the family by car, the passing mountains seemed so tall and the forests thick and green, the water sparkling. But times have changed. The mountains have been cut away, the forests are no longer there, the water is polluted, the very atmosphere has changed. I wanted to put all of this into a dance in such a way that it would touch people's hearts and make them realize what terrible damage has been done, not just to their futures, but to their memories of the past and their very present. To me, dance is not just a display of technical expertise. It's a vehicle for projecting your thoughts, your emotions, telling of what's happening around you. For example, what's happening to the women in our society, the environment, the macho image that men are forced to project. A news item can start an idea. And I feel that I can carry all this through in the themes of my dances, and that is my challenge. I read a report in a newspaper about a woman who wanted to make a marriage of her own choice. Her family locked her away into a small room, and death came to her very slowly. I thought, was her death of no consequence? I wish that she in her loneliness had known how many of us shared her pain. Women at every turn in their lives find that obstacles have been put in their paths. Winning small battles is not enough because centuries-old traditions stand firm. I didn't want the tale to end here. I thought that when this woman looked into her past, she must surely have seen that she left no stone unturned in her struggle. And so death for her was not a failure. It was not an end. It brought peace.
लोगों को रक्स जिस किस्म का देखने को नसीब हुआ वो बहुत एक महदूद किस्म का था, जैसे पंजाबी फिल्मों में किया जाता है या घटिया किस्म की हिंदी फिल्मों में किया जाता है, और वो समझते हैं कि रक्स यही है और कुछ है ही नहीं। आहिस्ता आहिस्ता मेरे ख्याल में लोग अगर उनको देखने का मौका मिले तो उनको पता चलेगा कि जिस तरह हर एक चीज़ में होती है, कोई चीज़ अच्छी होती है, कोई चीज़ बुरी होती है, मुख्तलिफ़ क्वालिटीज़ की होती हैं, उनको पता चल जाएगा कि रक्स भी क्या चीज़ होती है।
मजबूरी है कि इल्म नहीं है उनके पास में, सीखा नहीं। ہماری تہذیب ہماری موسیقی، ہمارا رق، ہمارا لے، ہمارا سرتال جو ہے سب یہ نہیں، اس کے قریب بچے نہیں آئے. انہوں نے اپنا ہی ایک کائنات علیحدہ بنا دیا کہ ہم اچھی طریقے سے جو طریقہ سمجھانے کا ہے، جو طریقہ بتانے کا، اس طریقے سے ہم بتا نہیں پائے. نہیں، قصور ان کا کچھ نہیں ہے، ہم نہیں سمجھا سکے انہیں. اور ہم یہ کہتے ہیں کہ نہیں جی یہ بہت بڑا فن ہے، یہ ان کی سمجھ سے باہر ہے، تو نہیں، ان کی سمجھ سے باہر نہیں ہے، ہم انہیں سمجھا نہیں سکے.